Russian President Vladimir Putin has staged more than half of the Russian army's ground forces, as many as 150,000 soldiers, along Ukraine's borders. Analysts warn that more than 1,000 tanks, hundreds of artillery pieces and scores of attack planes and helicopters could accompany this force. The Ukrainian army outnumbers the Russians. But the Ukrainians' weaponry, much of it left over from the 1980s, when Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, is older, slower and less lethal than what Russia can bring to bear. The potential invasion force could attack along several fronts: north from Crimea, which Russia wrenched from Ukrainian control in 2014, west across Ukraine's Donbas region, where anti-government separatists have waged a grinding war against Kyiv's brigades since shortly after the annexation of Crimea. Yes, the Ukrainian armed forces have the natural advantages every defender enjoys against an invader: familiar terrain, shorter supply lines, the support of the local population. It's possible, however, that none of those advantages will matter. The Russian army can concentrate more firepower per mile of front than any other army in the world. Technology, tactics and doctrine are the vehicles for waging war. What follows is a survey of the key weapon systems the Russians and Ukrainians are deploying for a possible clash, the tactics their operators might attempt and the Soviet doctrine that guides how both sides conduct war. The Russian army has massed around 1,200 tanks for a possible invasion of Ukraine. The tanks include the latest T-90s plus upgraded T-80s and T-72s. Across the border, the Ukrainian army has mobilized its own armor for a possible defensive campaign. Ukraine possesses some of the same tank models that Russia does, but Kyiv's best tank, an updated T-64, is uniquely Ukrainian. It's a Cold War relic designed in a factory that Ukraine inherited when the Soviet Union broke up. Kyiv has upgraded hundreds of 1980s vintage T-64s with better reactive armor, improved night sights and other features. The upgraded T-64s are, in principle, technologically superior to most Russian tanks. But it's useless comparing one tank to another when the two might never meet in battle. Don't expect a lot of tank-on-tank fighting between Ukraine's aging T-64s and Russia's newer T-90s. Tanks destroying other tanks makes for exciting cinema, but in actual warfare opposing armor seldom clashes. That's especially true in Ukraine, where both sides follow Soviet doctrine.